Hello students, in this video we are going to study the remaining part of the chapter 3. The chapter name is Synthetic Fibers and Plastics, class 8, subject Science NCERT. So before starting the remaining part, let me recall what we had seen in the previous video. So we had seen that fabrics are made from fibers that is obtained from natural and artificial sources. Then we had seen some examples of natural fibers, that is cotton, silk, jute and wool. Then we had seen a synthetic fiber is a chain of small units that is joined together, and each small unit is actually a chemical substance. All these synthetic fibers are prepared by the chemical processes using petrochemicals. The example we had seen that a polymer is made of many repeating units. Likewise, rayon and nylons are the synthetic fibers, and rayon was called an artificial silk because its some property are similar to the silk. Then we had seen polyester and acrylic. So those are also synthetic fibers, and PET is a very familiar form of polyester. The full form of PET we had seen, that is polyethylene terephthalate, and it is used for making bottles, utensils, films, wires, etc. Synthetic fibers are very strong, durable and lightweight. Durable, that means long lasting. Synthetic fibers are cheaper compared to the natural fibers. The nylon was prepared from coal, water and air. And nylon is used for making socks, ropes, toothbrushes, sleeping bags, parachutes, ropes for rock climbing, etc. Then we had seen terylene is a popular polyester, and polyester is made up of repeating units of chemicals called ester. The terylene is used for making thin fibers, and clothes that is made from polyester fibers are convenient to use or easy to use. They are crease proof and may be used as wash and wear clothes. Acrylic fibers are as natural fibers like wool, and synthetic fibers are more durable and affordable, which makes them more popular than the natural fibers. Then we had seen about the plastic, that plastic is also a polymer, and the arrangement of units in plastics are of two types, that is linear and cross-linked. Then we had seen some properties of the plastic, that is plastic is easily moldable, that means you can give any shape to plastic. Then plastic can be recycled, that means you can use again. And then after, there are two types of plastic. The first one is thermoplastics and next is thermosetting. So thermoplastic get deformed easily on heating. Its shape will get changed on heating. Then we had seen the polythene and PVC, that is polyvinyl chloride, are the examples of thermoplastic. The thermosetting plastics, which when molded once, that cannot be softened by heating. Then we had seen the examples of thermosetting plastics, that is bakelite and melamine. And this type of plastic cannot be recycled. So now let me continue the chapter. The next topic is plastics as a material of choice. So today if we think of storing a food item, if we are thinking about storing a food item like water, milk, pickles, dry food, then plastic containers seem most convenient, that means more suitable than the other type of containers. And this is because of their lightweight, lower price, good strength and easy handling. You can handle that easily. Its price is lower, its weight is less, and they are good in strength. So that's why we are preferring plastic containers as compared to the others. So being lighter as compared to metals, plastics are used in cars, aircrafts and spacecrafts also. So the list is endless. There are many things around you that is made up of plastics. So if we start counting articles or items like sleepers, furnitures, decoration pieces, etc. These all things can be made from plastics. So now let us discuss the characteristic properties of the plastic. So first property in that is plastic is non-reactive. That means it is not reacting easily with the other substance. So you know that the metals like iron get rusted when left exposed to moisture and air. When we left iron or other metals like copper also in the open air and the moisture air in which the moisture is high, then it will get rust. It is rusted. So but plastic is do not react with water and air, and they are not corroded easily. So that is why they are used to store various kinds of materials including many chemicals. It is not reacting with the other substance like air and moisture. That's why we are using this plastic to store different kinds of materials like chemicals also. The next is plastic is light, strong and durable. So talk to your parents or grandparents about the types of buckets that were used in the past. So you will find that they were used the wood, metals, leathers, buckets or earthen pots even. So what is the material of buckets or mugs you are using today? So we are using right now the buckets or mugs of glass or plastic. Most of the times we are using the buckets of plastic. So what are the advantages of using plastic containers? So earlier we had seen the properties also, that it is lightweight, less price, lower price, and it is good in strength. So that are the some of the example. That is why we are using plastic containers. So since plastic is very light, strong, durable and can be molded into different shapes and size, it is used for various purposes. For different purposes we are using this plastic. It can be mold or you can give any shape to the plastic. That they are long lasting, strong and light. So plastics are generally cheaper than metals and they are widely used in industry for household items or articles. Now make a list of different kinds of plastic containers that you use in daily life. So you are using many kind of plastic containers, like from starting from mug or glass to the buckets or water tank that we are using to store the water, that is also made up of plastic. Now let me see the next property, that is plastics are poor conductors. So you have learned about that plastics are poor conductors of heat and electricity, that we had seen in the type of different types of plastic. In thermosetting plastic we have seen that the plastic is poor conductor of heat. So that is why electrical wires have plastic coverings and handles of screwdrivers are made up of plastic. They do not allow electricity or heat to pass within it. So that's why we are making the outer covering of electric wires and the handles of screwdrivers, which is made from the plastics. So as mentioned above, the handles of frying pans are also made from the plastic. So now some facts is given to you here, that plastic find extensive or wide use in the healthcare industry also. Some example of their use are the packaging of tablets, threads used for stitching wounds, syringes, doctor's gloves and a number of medical instruments. In medical field or healthcare industry, the plastic is also used. Like the example, some of the examples are given to you, that is to pack for the packaging of tablets. Then while stitching the wounds, doctors are use the threads, which is the made up of plastic. Then after syringe is also made up of plastic. The doctor's gloves and many other medical instruments that are made up from the plastics. The next is special plastic cookware is used in microwave ovens for cooking food, and in microwave ovens the heat cooks the food but does not affect the plastic vessels. So some kind of plastic is also used to make the cookware that is used in microwave ovens. They are made in such a way that the cook which is inside that container, that food cooks with the heat of oven, but the plastic vessel will not affect by that heat. Then after the another use is also given to you, that is Teflon. It is a kind of plastic. Teflon is a special plastic on which oil and water do not stick. So we are using it for non-stick coating of the cookwares. So if you find the non-stick cookwares, so the upper layer of that cookware is made up of this kind of plastic, Teflon. The next is also given to you here, that fireproof plastics. Although synthetic fires catches fire easily, it is interesting to know that the uniforms of firemen have coating of melamine plastic to make them flame resistant. Earlier we had seen that melamine do not react, or melamine has the higher strength to hold the or to sustain in the higher heat, to tolerate the heat better than the other plastic. So it is used to make the fireproof clothes. And you will observe that you had earlier observed that fireman's uniform has this type of coating, that is flame or fire resistance. Now let me see the plastic and the environment. How this plastic affects our environment. So plastics and the environment. When we go to the market, we usually get things wrapped in the plastic or packed in polythene bags. And that is one reason why plastic waste keeps getting accumulated or stored in our houses or homes. Ultimately, the plastic finds its way to the garbage. We are throwing that polythene bags and wrap packet in the garbage. And this disposal of plastic is major problem. Now let me see why this is the major problem to dispose this plastic. So material which get decomposed through natural processes such as action by bacteria is called biodegradable. The materials which can be decomposed or decay, that materials by any bacteria, that kind of materials are known as biodegradable. But a materials which is not easily decomposed by natural processes is termed as non-biodegradable. So plastic is a kind of this non-biodegradable material. It is not decay or decomposed by any organism. Here one table is given to you, table 3.3. In this table, the different types of waste material is given to you, and the approximate time that is taken by this waste to degenerate, or you can say to decompose, the time is given to you, and the nature or kind of material which is used to make this waste, that is also given to you. First one is peels, or you can say skin of vegetables and fruits, leftover foodstuffs, that means like seeds, etc. So the time taken by this waste to degenerate or to decompose is 1 to 2 weeks, and the kind of material is biodegradable. The next is paper. So it will take 10 to 30 days, and it is also a biodegradable material. The next is cotton clothes. So it will take 2 to 5 months, and it is also biodegradable material. The next kind of waste is wood waste. So it takes 10 to 15 years to decompose, and the kind of material is biodegradable. The next is woolen clothes. So it will take about a year to decompose, and the kind of material is biodegradable. The next is tin, aluminium and other metal cans or other metal waste. So it will take 100 to 500 years, and it is a non-biodegradable materials. And last one, that is what we had learned, plastic. So plastic bags, so it will take several years, that means up to 1000 years to decompose, and it is also non-biodegradable material. So the most of the time taken by any waste to decompose is taken by plastic. It will take around 1000 years to decompose, and it is a non-biodegradable material. So now let me see how this will affect to our environment. So since plastic takes several years to decompose, it is not environment friendly, and it causes environmental pollution. And besides that, the burning process in the synthetic material is quite slow, and it does not get completely burnt easily. it is very difficult to decompose this kind of waste, and if we are thinking about burning of this waste, then burning process also take too much time, and however it is slow, and the waste does not get completely burnt easily, and in this process it releases lot of poisonous fumes or smoke into the atmosphere, and as a result that smoke will cause air pollution. So how can this problem can be solved? So here the solution is given to you, that avoid the use of plastic as far as possible. If it is possible, then avoid the use of plastics and make the use of bags which is made up of cotton or jute. And when you go for shopping, the non-biodegradable and biodegradable waste should be collected separately. You have to collect this waste separately and practice this in your home. Start this practice by your homes only. And can you suggest some other ways in which you can contribute towards the reducing the use of plastic materials? So here some ways are given to you. It is better to recycle the plastic waste. That means you can use or you can make the another use of this plastic which is used earlier once. So most of the thermoplastics can be recycled. As we had seen earlier, we can deform that kind of plastic, so we can use that kind of plastic again and again. So make a list of the items that can be recycled. So the example of thermoplastics, that are the example of the plastic which can be recycled. The plastic containers we are using, that is a kind of thermoplastic, and we can recycle that kind of plastic. However, during recycling, certain coloring agents are added. So this limits these uses, especially for storage of food. While making this type of container or this type of plastic or recycling, certain coloring agent to give the color, certain agents are added, and that is why it limits the use of, specially for usage of plastic. Now to reduce the use of plastic, there are 5R principle is there. As a responsible citizen, we have to remember that 5R principle, that is reduce, reuse, recycle, recover and refuse. Reduce, that means you have to reduce, or you have to not go for plastic. As you can minimize the use of plastic, you have to minimize that plastic uses, and if it is possible, then you have to reuse that plastic. For certain types of plastic, you have to recycle that kind of plastic, like thermoplastics. Recover and refuse. If it is possible, then don't go for the plastic. As we had discussed, that you can carry the cloth bags whilst going to shopping. So develop these habits which are environment friendly. Here now let me see some facts. So how this plastic is dangerous to our environment. Have you ever seen a garbage dump where animals are eating garbage? So in that process of eating the food waste, they swallow materials like polythene bags and wrappers of food. Why? Because we are throwing all the waste together. We are not separating that biodegradable waste and non-biodegradable waste. So by mistake they swallow the material which is made up of plastic. So now can you imagine the consequences, or what is the result for that? So the plastic material chokes or blocks the respiratory system of these animals and or forms a lining, or you can say internal coating in their stomachs, and that can be cause their death also. So we should not throw the garbage or this kind of plastic to the another waste. We have to separate the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. The polythene bags carelessly thrown here and there are responsible for clogging, or you can say blocking of drainage system also. And sometimes we are very careless and throw the wrappers of chips, biscuits and other eatables on the road or in the park or at the picnic places. Should we not think twice before doing so? So we should not throw this kind of plastic or wastage on the road or here and there. So as a responsible citizen, what measure do you suggest to keep the public property clean and free of plastic? So we should throw this kind of wastage in the dustbin and any kind of wastage in the dustbin. By this we can keep our environment and public places clean and free of plastic. Here also fiber wise. So do not throw plastic bags in the water bodies or on the road. To keep our environment clean and healthy or free of plastic, we should not throw plastic bags in water bodies also, as there are many organisms living in the water bodies also, like the cows and buffaloes or any other animals. They can also swallow this kind of plastic, and that can cause the death in that animals or organisms. So we should not also throw the plastic in water bodies also. Take a cotton carry bag or a jute bag while going for shopping, and try to minimize the use of plastic materials. The example is use of steel lunchbox instead of plastic one. So you can start by here that minimize the use of plastic materials. Like if you are bringing the lunchbox which is made up of plastic, then instead of that you have to use the lunchbox which is made up of metal. So now let we see this, out of this 5R, let we see 3R that we should follow as the responsible citizen in one animation form. And in the next video we will see the exercise of this chapter. So now let me see the 3R concept.
Hmm. Huh? Ah. 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 Mm-hmm. Huh? Ah. Hmm. Ah. Huh? Hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah. Ah. Huh? Hmm. Ah. Ah.